Welcome everyone to Divorced Heroes, where we talk about divorce and the life after from a man perspective. I am the divorced hero, and I'm at the studio, like always, with my very good friend, the victorious one.
What's up, fellas? Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? We're back at it again.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. It's just
coming in hot.
It's coming in hot, bro.
We're rocking and rolling.
Yep. So, what are we talking about today?
Well, first of all, we're going to announce that we're going to Thursdays.
That's right. We are changing our date. It's going to be Thursdays now. Divorce Hero Thursdays. You can hashtag that. Hashtag Divorce Thursdays. Divorce Hero Thursdays. Thirsty Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursdays is good. I love Thirsty Thursdays.
I used to know some chick that was a thing. Thirsty Thursdays. Oh,
I love Thirsty Thursdays.
So, yeah. We don't want to change too much. I know you guys were accustomed to every Monday, but we just did our research and we talked to our research and development team, and they said, you know what, Thursday seems to be a better fit for you guys, so Thursday it is.
The analytics say that.
Yes, the numbers come back in the graphs, and actually we're just shooting darts at a bunch of days, and they kept landing on Thursday, so Thursday it is.
Yeah, that was God telling us it's Thursday.
Yeah, so guys, tune in on Thursdays, starting this episode every Thursday.
So we got we had a question sent to us on Instagram at Divorce Heroes, and it was sent to us by Spider-Man Bahamas 15.
Spidey's in the Bahamas, huh?
And he says this isn't about him, but he had a question, which was, should you forgive her after she cheated?
Okay, so, this is gonna be a short episode. No. No. Listen.
Hell no.
Hell no.
So we were already we had this one in the vault that we were gonna make an episode of, so we decided to go ahead and put our first divorcer out there, so that hopefully he hears this. Although we already spoke to him.
Yeah. So is he talking about like already going through the divorce process and forgiving, or this is just like cheating before divorce?
Their relationship is rocky. And he just found out about it. Maybe a couple months ago or a month ago.
But they're not going through the process?
No, he doesn't know what to do. He does love her. He doesn't know what to do. Right? So we had a conversation.
Yes.
I had a conversation with him, and since we were going to do the episode anyway, I decided to, run it by you and let's go ahead and do it, right? So should you forgive her cheating? Number one thing is you need to think about your children. Anything you do, any decision you're going to make, first stop and think about your children, how it's going to affect them.
Yes. So
take a chill pill, relax. And this is a very tricky question because it's not as simple like we joked around. Just no. Yeah. It's not that simple. It can get pretty complicated, especially if you have stepped out the marriage before and you were forgiven, or if you know that you have been neglecting certain areas, you've been away. Let's say you went to prison. You were gone. You were locked up.
Why are you staring at me for? Wow. Wait, am I Spider-Man Bahamas 15?
Let's say you went away for a little while. I mean, there's a huge, many reasons, a lot of avenues that we can go down. We're just going to try to keep it simple right now and just say, hey, you found out that your significant other was cheating, your wife, your girlfriend. And first thing is, think about your children. Don't lose your cool. If you find out that something like that happened, you don't want to lose your cool, because losing your cool in those 15, 20 seconds
will send you back to prison.
Will make you take another vacation where you wear an orange jumpsuit. So you don't want that, right? You're going to be removed from your children, from your loved ones, your family, friends. Keep your cool, keep your composure. And I think it all depends on how you find out. If she confesses to you, if you guys are hanging out and she says, hey, I really need to talk to you, something's been eating at me, I can't hold on to this anymore, whatever, right? You got back from church, it doesn't matter. And she says, I really need to speak to you. And she comes out forward and she tells you, I was unfaithful. This is what happened. And unfaithful, guys, can be many things. I know for us, men, unfaithful means you slept with another dude. That's it. Right?
Oh, wait. When you said men and another dude, I'm like, wait.
No. for women, right?
Yeah.
Letting another guy enter the a woman letting another guy enter her, to us, that's like the ultimate disrespect.
Yeah,
Flirting and all that other stuff, to women it's also considered cheating, and very well it is. Okay, but for men, the whole sex, sleeping together, that's another echelon of cheating. That's you let someone else take what was mine. And and we see that as a the ultimate of ultimates, right? But your women are right. If flirting, text messaging, all that other stuff, that yes, that is also falls in the realm.
It's a start, and it leads, right? It's it's like the gateway to cheating.
It's the marijuana of using drugs,
right? Yeah, cheating.
Right.
I think for me, bro, I like to expose myself. So, I found out through the phone, right? She didn't confess. I found out by myself. I didn't react good to it. I was like,
of course you were hurt.
I called her. I was talking smack. She was. I went to her work. She her boss said she wasn't there when her car was clearly there. So for me, it was like I did all the things you shouldn't do, aside from actually putting hands on her or him, right?
Right.
I did forgive. I did do counseling. Counseling did not work. And we did try it because I did think about my kids, right? Like,
right.
What about them? I wanted to keep things as familiar as possible.
And ultimately, you do love her.
Well,
so you want to forgive
her. At the point, I did, right?
Right. Well, at the time, of course, at the time.
You understand, people make mistakes. So you give them the benefit of the doubt. I did.
Right.
I don't think it was physical. I think it was more texting, flirting.
Right. The beginning stages.
Right. So that's why I think I did try to make it work.
Right.
But looking back now, it didn't work. She had, like we talked about in the episodes back, she hadn't been checked out. She was looking for, something better, something, just like the cave woman, right? She wants the caveman that's gonna, provide more. And,
right.
And this in our day and age is more money, more cars, more house, whatever.
She had the single room cave, and now she wanted a 2-story cave.
2-story cave, exactly. At the end of the day, bro, she went ahead and cheated again.
She did it again.
So in my book, I would say once a cheater, always a cheater. But don't just take my words for it. Read the book. Fucking reading Rainbow commercial. No, but for me it is. It's like once a cheater, always a cheater. Because I think to myself, if I cheated and she gave me a pass, I'm just talking about how I am, right?
Right.
I'll be like, fuck, I got away with it once.
So it'd be easy to do.
I could probably get away with it again.
Right.
So I also put myself, I try to empathize and put myself in their shoes. But this is just my story. And this is the quick version. For Spider-Man Bahamas, I would say if she did confess.
Right.
People fuck up.
And that's what I told him. I said, listen, how did you find out?
Yeah.
And like I said, he said it wasn't him, that it was a friend, but he was helping him out. He was mentoring him. And I said, that's great. That's fine. Perfect. How did this friend find out? And she confessed.
Mm.
So I said, if they confess, chances are they're feeling remorseful. They regret it. It's eating them up inside. They made a mistake and they recognize it.
Right.
Hey, listen, I can't live with this. This happened. This went on. I am sorry. Okay. Now you don't excuse the behavior. You don't just say, okay, well, it happens. No, there's obviously issues that took place for her to go outside
to get there. Yeah.
To get there, right? So regardless of if you find out or she confesses to you, something's going on in your marriage.
Yeah.
You need to pay attention to it, okay? If you find out, like you did, Victorious, where through the phone or a text message or someone told you or you seen it yourself,
right?
Then I think it's a little different.
It's more black and white. There's really not too much to excuse. You're like, it's there. It's in black and white.
Especially on how they react when you confront them, right? The rule's the same. Think about your children, number one. Don't lose your cool.
No, don't.
Okay? The rules stay the same no matter how you find out about her cheating. But when you confront them and you say, hey, what the hell is this? Or I found this. Someone told me this. I saw this. and she turns around and gets defensive immediately,
or hangs up the phone right away,
divorce her.
To alert him.
Divorce her. She has no respect for you.
No respect.
She is now going to put herself as the victim. She's going to say things like, why'd you go through my phone? Why are you invading my privacy?
Yes.
Who told? I didn't tell you can look at that. Why are you looking at this? Why did you go here? Why'd you open that? Why are you talking to this person? Once they get into that defensive mode, that's probably a great indicator that they don't have any respect for you.
No. And see, that's where I think I messed up, bro, because I got that from her, right? I got that response.
She got defensive.
She got defensive. He got defensive. She got defensive. They played the blaming game. And that's where I slipped up, because I should have stopped it there, right? Like, you know what? It's over.
Right.
But I got caught up with my kids and trying to be like, I just started thinking like, fuck, I'm one of the few ones in my family that actually got married the right way. I don't want to be the one of them.
You were the example, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to be another case of divorce. Like in the family, my family. That's all it is, right? So my way of thinking was like, well, nobody knows. No one knows what's going on. It's between me and her right now. I can still salvage it,
right?
Especially after everything cooled down. She didn't take what do you call it? Responsibility, but she was like more open to talk about it. And then she did mention some stuff like she didn't feel appreciated. She didn't feel like I was into her no more.
Right.
Which could have been true, could have been false, right? I mean, for the most part, now looking back, it was true, because what woman goes out of a marriage unless they're feeling that way?
Right.
So I had to take a good look at myself and be like, damn, okay, I screwed up on this part. But I just think when they react like that, there's really no way to salvage it. I just figured, you know what, my kids, my family, I want to keep it intact. And we did the counseling, and counseling was for 3 sessions.
Right.
No responsibility. Hated the counselor because the counselor was kind of blaming her for a lot of stuff, right?
Right.
And it's like, so even then she wasn't taking responsibility. So I knew it was over. I knew it was over, but we were on a good wave. So I was like, well, I'm gonna ride this shit till it crashes, right?
Right.
And sooner or later, it took about 2 years, and it crashed again.
Sounds about right.
And she ran back to the same guy.
So a lot of things here. Number one, before we go any further, guys, if you're single or you're married or whatever, and you start dipping your leg in a pond that's already taken, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So many ponds, so many women out there that you can go and do whatever it is that you want to do, and then you look at one that's already taken. God has a special place for you. No respect from divorced heroes whatsoever.
Not at all. And you know what I love, bro? I'm sorry to cut you off. But when guys say, "Oh, she was already, she wasn't into him anymore, and she was ready to leave him," the way you got her is the way you're gonna lose her.
Yeah, I mean, history repeats itself, right?
It does.
So going back though, here we have 2 scenarios. You found out, or she confessed.
Right.
And there are big differences. Yes, they're both wrong. Yes, she cheated. We get that. But on one scenario, she might possibly and almost likely she's still very much in love with you, and she recognizes that she messed up, she made the mistake, and she still respects you. On the other one, you found out, she turned defensive. Now it's your fault. She's playing the victim. There is no more respect, guys.
No.
You have to start thinking about maybe your exit strategy or how you're going to approach this. But know one thing, and for us fellas, respect is everything.
Yeah.
Once your woman doesn't treat you with respect anymore, you're not going to stick around. Either she leaves or you leave. However, the rules are the same. I would say is, just like you did, you kept it to yourself.
Right.
Okay, guys, if this happens, divorcers, if this happens, be cautious of who you're going to go around telling things to.
Yes.
For many reasons. Just keep it to yourself. Maybe if you have 1 or 2 friends that you know that you can count on them and you can, they're there to support you, you can confide in them and let them know this is what's happening. And they might be able to guide you, or at the very least, just listen to you.
Right.
While you're going through this. I would say number 1 is try to get all the facts that what happened. Because you're going to be living life. If you don't get the facts, and it's going to haunt you. Try to get the facts, what happened, and then try to give
and be
yourself
ready
some
for
time.
the facts.
Oh, that's
So
true.
there might be some stuff you don't even want to hear, and it's going to scar you more. So you can ask for the facts, but just be like, okay, I want the general version. I don't want the behind the scenes shit.
Right.
No. So yeah, I think in Spider-Man's case, he still has a shot, or his friend still has a shot. If she was remorseful, there's a very high chance that she made a mistake.
She made a mistake.
Up. You know, it could have been happy hour. It could have been girls' night out. One too many shots. Things happen.
And not saying that she's right, because we don't condone it, but maybe he wasn't paying attention to his marriage like he should have, right? And she definitely should have came to him and said, hey, listen, I'm feeling this way. I think we need to do more of this, less of that. And now, had she done that, maybe they could have went another avenue, right? Nonetheless, they're here now. Spider-Man Bahamas 15. If that's the issue, where she confessed, maybe there's ways to fix it, right? Yeah. Nonetheless, give yourself some space, think long and hard, and then come to the table with solutions or ways to solve the problem, right? Therapy, going to church. A lot of the times, just going to the church, and I know a couple firsthand. I know a couple who were on the break of
divorce,
of divorce, and they started going to church together, and that healed them, and they were able to make it work. If that's the case, seek marriage counseling, yes. Seek therapy, maybe therapy for yourself. Maybe you have issues that you can be working on just like she does, right? Whatever it is, talk about it, come up with a game plan. But know this, fellas, for guys especially, trust is going to be very rocky for a while.
Yes, it really is, bro. It is. It's so hard. I remember me, every time she would leave the room and pick up her phone.
Right.
Who she calling?
Who? Right.
Why did she leave around? Why is she in the bedroom now?
Right.
We were watching a movie, and it could have been she just got bored, right? The movie was whack. I'm going to go watch TV over there. But just her picking up the phone is like, and I remember just like kind of watching one eye in the movie and one eye like in the bedroom trying to see what was going on, right? And it's like, fuck. It's a horrible way to live, guys.
It's a horrible way to live. And unfortunately, trust isn't something that's just given.
No.
You have to earn it.
Yeah.
So if you decide to make things work, know that you're going to be, acting a little weird at first or for a while. And she needs to understand that too, that when you do question her, she can't come out with an attitude and say, why are you asking me so many questions? She needs to understand, hey, history has brought us here.
I remember I told her that, bro. Because I was part of our exercise, right, in counseling. So I told her that, you know what kind of triggers me is when you leave and you pick up the phone and you're just like in your own space.
Right.
Well, I'm not doing nothing. I said, you very well cannot be doing nothing, but in my mind, I'm replaying you messaging homeboy or calling behind my back.
Right.
So for a short time, she learned not to do that. Like she was like, all right, I'm going to respect you. We're trying to make it work. And she would just leave the phone or whatever, right? But it got to a point where she's like, fuck this shit. Like, you're not going to tell me what to do. And it started all over.
And that's the respect thing, right?
That's the respect where there's no respect.
There's no respect.
So, man, I would say to him, yeah, you already gave some good advice. Seek therapy, seek counseling. If you're very spiritual, I would say put God in between your relationship, you, God, and her. But there's a chance that she might do it again.
If she reacts the way that you just said, chance, because there's no respect there anymore, chances are she very well could do it again. So it's really hard for guys to sit there and try to forgive or work on a marriage where this has happened. Guys, respect is pretty much what drives men from the beginning of the caveman days.
Yeah. So, and there's gonna be signs. There's gonna be signs where you're gonna be like, oh, okay, this is happening all over again. So it's not just gonna be like she did it again. It's gonna be she's gonna start going back to her old ways, which is, hiding with the phone, being in the bathroom with the phone, saying she's at the gym till midnight, things like that, and you're gonna notice it again. So at that point, you just have to really decide: what's going to be your exit strategy, right? Like, where am I going to go with this? Because I can't even address it no more. If I address it, she's going to deny it. It's going to be another fight. It's going to be an opportunity for her to take off again, and she's still going to do what she wants.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's tough, especially when like maybe you had something to do with it, right? Like if she stepped out on the marriage and you know that you have before and she forgave you, now it's almost like that. Tick for tack. Yeah. Well, you got me, now I'm gonna get you.
And it's a never ending game.
And that's just horrible to live.
Yes, because now it's like, wait, whose turn is it now?
Exactly. So more of the story, guys, if you're married, man, keep it in the pants.
Yeah.
Don't mess around. And I tell that to guys all the time, right?
I mean, it's just, I don't know. At my age, I don't have the energy to fucking jump around anyway. I don't think I ever did, bro. I never saw the whole point of being a player.
Right.
I'm like, bro, I gotta keep up with this number and that number and who's Jennifer?
Yeah.
Oh no, this one's Jenny. This one's Jennifer. Oh hell no, I just mixed them up. So, guys, I would definitely say before you make a decision, on what you're gonna do, like if she is cheating again, right? Yeah, give yourself some space and time. Like really, really think about what you're gonna do. What's your objective? Is it to succeed without her? Is it for you to just get out of that space? Is it just to get out of the home? Really take your time. What else would you say? We already talked about couples therapy, church.
Yeah, see couples therapy and church.
I mean, you could try to get everything out in the open, bro. But
I would recommend that you definitely put everything out on the table. Don't get into specifics, like you said, right? There's no need to knowing all the wheres and hows and then what.
Where was your leg?
Yeah, we don't really. But the more information you might know, or you get to know, the easier it might be for you to understand what was going on, and maybe like I said, you might have contributed in somehow by not whatever. Right? It's not your fault.
It's not your fault, guys. Look, real quick, I didn't realize how much I had to put into it. Well, how much of my fault, right? It was for her to cheat on me. Not that I'm justifying it, but I gave her this false illusion, right, that she was going to be with a baller for life. And that's who she married. That's who she thought she married.
Yeah.
It's drug dealing, cartel king, whatever you want to call it, right? Money left and right, 3 G's in each pocket and 2 on each in the back. That wasn't the case. So when the money ran out, so did she.
With the money.
But it took me, maybe 13... If you count my marriage years, plus when I found out it happened, it was 15 years later, bro, where I realized.
Damn.
Yeah, because, I mean, the years were together, plus when I really found out. So 15 years it took me to understand, like, well, I was kind of like false advertising,
Yeah, so now you I wouldn't say you recognize it, right?
Take responsibility.
You take responsibility at least for that.
You don't justify the action. We're not justifying cheating, but as a man, you gotta be like, oh, I screwed up here. And you know why this is so important? Because there is gonna be another relationship.
There is.
And you're gonna know what not to do.
Yeah.
And I thank God I went through that incident, bro. Yes, it was my it was a long time being in that relationship, 13 years. But it set me up for where I am now. And I know how to communicate with my partner now. I know how not to. When we have disputes, it's not World War III, it's just a dispute. It's not, the end of the world. We know how to talk, get through it, move on.
Well, we're going to have an episode on that, on being in a toxic relationship.
Oh, God.
When it gets really, really bad.
You know what? I feel like this show's about me now. Fuck. You guys are just taking different points in my life.
So, fellas, listen. Whatever decision you make, it needs to be you, right? You might have a couple friends here and there that you're going to bounce ideas off of. But whether you choose to forgive her or move on,
yes,
it has to come from you. It has to come from your heart. This is why it's important for you to give yourself some space, give yourself some time, so you can really dissect in your brain, analyze everything that took place, right? The reason you don't want to tell a lot of people is because sometimes, or I should say all the time, you're gonna start feeling a certain way if you decide to forgive her. Then, I mean, you're going to say, well, how is it going to look? I already went around town saying all these things about her and calling her this and saying that she did this and whatnot. Now I'm with her. Now I'm gonna look like a sucker.
Bro, I remember when I told my dad, right? Because that's the only person I knew to go to.
Right.
And when I told him, he was on my team, right? He wasn't saying fucker, but he was like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
And when we decided to make it work, I saw him, right? And, obviously after a while, we went back to my mom's and shit, doing Thanksgiving or something. I remember he looked at me, he's like, he just gave me that look like, hey, I don't blame you.
Right.
It's life.
He understood it.
He understood it. But I felt so ashamed, bro, because it's like, imagine if I would have told my friends, my homies, no. So be careful. But at the same time, don't worry about what they're going to think, though. It's really on you and how comfortable you are.
Exactly.
It's your decision, right? I'm glad I told my father because family is very forgiving sometimes. For the most part, right?
For the most part.
So that's different than telling a homie that's going to spread the word and make fun of the fact or whatever, right? So,
right.
Just be very cautious, like you said, on who you talk to, but also know that this is your decision. Don't worry about anyone else. And, just know that this is, it might be your fault in a way, but it's not fully your fault. And you're not justifying anything that happened. You're just taking credit for your part. Like,
you're acknowledging, like, okay, our marriage is broken. We do have some holes that we need to patch up. Maybe we got too comfortable. Maybe we got married a little too young. And along the way, we've kind of lost our way.
Yeah, and it happens.
And we need to come back. We need to readjust here and oil this.
Reconnect, yeah.
Whatever it is.
Try some new positions, bro. Sometimes. Not real. But you know what, then? That's I don't know, bro, right there, too. If your girl ever comes with a new position, bro, you gotta be cautious of where she learned it. Because unless she's into porn or something, where'd you learn this?
Oh God,
damn. But guys, look, I like to share my stories because I just feel like it's very relatable, and a lot of people have gone through similar things. I'm not trying to, I am trying to make fun of it because that's the way I cope.
Well, you're making light of a situation, right?
But it is a serious thing, and guys, like we always say, it's temporary. It's temporary. And take those L's, man. Take those L's, but not as losses, but as lessons. Because, man, life is not that short and life is not that long. But you will bounce back. And, I mean, what else you got to say about this, bro?
Well, real quick, if for Spider-Man Bahamas 15, right?
Yes.
For your buddy, if the woman has done this more than once, then scratch the book and throw it away and just run.
Yeah, go to part B of my story. Just go to part B. Let her go.
You just got to get away because there is no respect. She's lying to you. She already figured you out.
Yeah.
She already figured if I confess and I cry and I give him the puppy eyes.
Oh my God.
It's just a show.
It's a show. It's a game.
Just run. If it happened more than once, once, okay, you could forgive. Twice, I don't know. I would say, hell no.
I saw this post the other day, bro. It's some chick. And they're zoomed into her, right? She's crying. She's like, you just don't pay attention to me, and I don't know what to do. I try with you, I try. And she's looking at her friend. She's like winking, right? Like, wow, right? And as they zoom out, not only is it her and her friend, but there's a dude in the bed waiting. Like, he's literally there hearing her talk to her man.
Wow.
That's just, man, women are evil, dog. Since the day they bit that apple, women are evil. But we love you. We love it.
So, yeah, man, if this happened more than once, chances are, there's nothing to work on. You're being manipulated. Just cut your losses, man, and lick your wounds, walk away. You deserve someone that respects you.
And they're out there. They really are.
They're out there.
Especially if they've been wrong, too. Sometimes two wrongs make a right.
Yeah, hey, that's perfect.
Yeah, because when you've been wrong and she's been wrong, and you guys meet each other, it's like, damn, we don't want to go through that shit. We don't want to play that game no more. I've been through this. You've been through this. Let's make this right.
That's beautiful. I never thought about that way. Wow.
Philosopher.
Victoria's a philosopher.
Oh, my God. Well, I think we pretty much beat this already, huh?
If you guys have anything to add or any questions, just like Spider-Man Bahamas 15, send us a DM. We'll try to get back to you immediately. and then we'll work it into the format.
Yeah.
Remember that we're going to Thursdays. We'll be dropping an episode every Thursday, probably starting this Thursday.
Yes.
So stay tuned. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and if you think what you listen to is beneficial to anyone, please send it and share it with someone. Hopefully, it lands on someone's ears that's really going through something, and they can take something from this.
Yes. And like always, what do you say?
There is light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you, this is temporary.
I can almost see mine, bro. I can almost see it.
Guys, this is not a permanent thing. This is temporary. You will be on the other side. You got to keep moving, though. Don't stay still. You're going through the cave. You're going through the darkness. Don't just sit there. Don't stand still. You got to keep moving. Go towards the light. Move. You will come out at the other end. Your life will get better. I promise you. And if you have anyone that you can confine in, do it. If you don't, reach out to us.
We're here.
We're here for you. We are the Divorce Heroes. Thank you very much. Till next time.